So I wanted to call because I heard from your mom that when she was visiting here in Toronto that you were, and I laughed at this, an opportunivore.
Yeah.
So that's essentially a flexitarian, yes?
I think so.
Because that's kind of what I am. Wait. Before I explain what I think it is, what do you think? Well, what is an opportunivore?
To me?
Yes.
I think to me it was like trying to eat good for the planet and healthy, but then at the same time, when there's free food or if someone makes you food, you're not going to refuse it.
And why do you think that's good?
Well, I just had a hard time. Like, I didn't want to be going over to someone's house and they make me something and then be like, oh, I can't eat that, actually. And also, I'm like really hungry. Like, I have to eat regularly. And I'm like, if I can't eat something, I will not survive. Like, yeah. So,
like, quite quickly, you'll just perish.
Yeah. And or I'll just eat everyone else or something.
Yeah. Just, hey, put your arm out. Excellent. Ah.
Yeah. So that was my thinking with that. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that totally makes sense. Also, who are you to me?
Yeah, I'm your cousin.
Yes. This is Caitlyn for anyone who doesn't know, because you probably wouldn't know. How do you find that in Vancouver it's taken? Like,
oh,
because in Toronto, when I mention that, because it's Ontario, it's not like Vancouver where I feel like it's, I don't know, more accepted to be a vegetarian or vegan, etc.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. Well, I just moved to Vancouver. So before I lived on the island, Vancouver Island, and I was living in Victoria, and there are so many places that are only vegan. There's like at least 3 that are only vegan, the whole restaurant. And there's tons of places that have numerous vegan or vegetarian options. And for example, when I went to, I don't know if you remember, but remember when I went back to Hope for Wildlife and I was working as an education assistant or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was in 2016. And like, I went to a couple restaurants there and there would be like one vegetarian option and like no vegan options. And this was like 2016, so 3 years ago, but still. And in the grocery stores and stuff, there's just really different products. Like they still have like a lot of meat and stuff. Whereas in Victoria, I find there's like so many alternatives you can buy. Like there's a huge section and like we have so many alternative dairy products and just like everything. So I just think it's definitely more of a thing here for sure.
Okay. So wait, so for your journey to, I was going to say herbivore, but to opportunivore, I guess what age did you start out normally eating just everything? And when did that change over?
I think it was when I first moved out. I realized, like, when I was living with my mom for my first 2 years of university in Parksville, I realized that, you live at home, so your mom buys the groceries. And so you kind of can get, like, a little picky. Like, you can be like, oh, I don't want white bread. I'm only going to eat, like, squirrely bread. I don't want that. Or, like, yeah, anyway, so you can kind of be a little picky. But then when I moved out, I was like, so this bread and this bread are different prices. Guess I'm going to go with the cheaper one. And then also there'd be like free pizza at university for all these different things. And I'd be like, oh, I want to eat healthy. And then like there's free pizza. And I'm like, well, I mean, I'm going to take the pizza.
Yeah, free calories. Woohoo.
Yeah, that's kind of when it started for sure. And then also I don't like and I can't really cook meat very well, so I just stopped eating it.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay. That was me. So I moved out as well, and I moved to Alberta. And Patrick was like, "Oh yeah, you just go to No Frills. You get the huge things of chicken." I'm like, "Okay." I was so afraid of undercooking it.
Yeah.
That I overcooked it, and it would always be rubbery. And I'm like, "Oh God."
Not good.
But no, I totally, I was wondering if I was the only one, but I just suck at cooking meat so badly. Oh, and then like my girlfriend, I food poisoned her by accident like 8 months ago because we got burgers. I'm like, yeah, sure. So we got ham burgers, I think, or something. But I don't know the meat. I literally was like, Natalia, what do we buy? I haven't been to the meat section in like ever. And we undercooked it. Not great. And it was like the first, it just,
So
Yeah.
bad.
No, I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm just not used to using a barbecue or.
Yeah, that was a huge one for me with the eating meat thing. So then I just started to eat it only when people cooked it. Because I was like, well, yeah, it's gross to touch too. And like and if you leave it in the fridge for 3 days thawed, then it'll go bad, you know? And I'm like,
Yeah.
when is this? Like, I don't want to get food poisoning, which you obviously even did. Yeah, so.
Yeah, like quite literally that just happened. Yeah, like I guess one of my favorite things with not having to cook meat, because I do the same thing. Basically, you're OPPORTUNIVORE, which is hilarious, and Flexitarianism is like the same thing. And I didn't even know that it was called that up until I don't know, like 6 months ago, a year ago, I don't know. Someone was like, "Oh, that's actually called this." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Because I do the same thing. If there's meat or pizza or anything else somewhere, I don't want to be the guy that's like, nah, I'm vegetarian. I'll eat this lettuce over here while you have a full dinner. It's like nothing on it, but like salad dressing. It's like, this is so good.
Crunch.
Yeah. Fun stuff. I'm glad I'm not the only one that kind of sucks at cooking meat and handling meat. And yeah, I never liked touching it either. So
Yeah. I'm not completely vegan either. Like, I still eat eggs, and then occasionally I'll have like canned tuna or something like that. But that's pretty much what I buy is, that's pretty much all I buy.
okay.
And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say that my boyfriend buys meat sometimes too, so that's different. But yeah.
For me, I totally still have butter in the fridge, or like margarine. Margarine's even not even like, that's just fake.
Yeah.
It's just not even butter. So margarine and cheese occasionally. Actually, I could easily get rid of cheese, but I mean, I just use it almost like flavoring, like, oh yeah, extra something.
Yeah, and I buy yogurt sometimes too, but I'm trying to move to kombucha because it's like still good for you, but not using dairy products. So that's something I'm kind of trying out.
Yeah, help that gut out.
Yeah, probiotics, they're good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Apparently you can, I just heard of this like 2 weeks ago, you can make your own.
Oh, yes, I know. Alana's supposed to give me one of those little SCOBY things where I'm going to,
Uh-huh. That's funny. Wait,
kombucha.
So is Alana like fully vegan or?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of assumed, but I had to ask because it is Alana. So
yeah, she's pretty good with it too. She's really into it. I just find that like I said, it's a little restrictive for me, but then I pretty much cook vegan or vegetarian most of the time. So I guess it wouldn't be too much of a step, but yeah.
Yeah.
My mom's learning though. My mom didn't used to cook. I tried to go vegetarian a long time ago and mom was like, yeah, no, you can just cook your own meal. I'm just going to cook what I'm cooking. But now she always makes things like options that are vegan for Alana and stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's definitely changing. So yeah.
Huh. That's cool. So
Yeah.
you would say that it's totally about the people around you and how either inconvenienced they are or how accepting they are. And they're like, yeah, we'll make this work.
Yeah. If they have vegan options or vegetarian options, I usually choose those for sure. But if sometimes sometimes they don't have the option, I'll just be like, oh, whatever. I think it's also more for me too. Like, I don't want to be restricted, you know? Yeah, like I don't want to have to say like, oh, I can't eat that, because it's like I can eat everything. It feels better. So
Yeah, I guess imposing the rules on other people. I mean, at work sometimes often there's put your dietary restrictions in so we can order these things, and I'm always like, okay, I could do this or that. I still do put vegetarian, but then when it comes in and people don't finish the meat and it's going to be thrown out, I'm like, either I'm taking that home or I'm eating it right now. Like, It's not going in the garbage.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is that I don't want to eat meat because of the environmental impacts, but I don't want to waste food because that also has environmental impacts.
Exactly.
So if someone needs something for me, I'm going to eat it, or else it's going to go to waste, but I'm not going to make it myself or buy it and like support it that way. So yeah.
Exactly. Yep. All right, cool. Well, I mean, that's kind of what I was wondering about. I also really liked the OPPORTUNIVORE.
Yeah.
I had never heard of that before, and I was like cracking up when I first heard that. Did that even come from anywhere, or was that just like
I think I just made it up one day. I'm pretty sure I've been telling people that, and everyone always thinks it's really great. And they're like, "Oh wow, that's awesome!" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was learning in biology, herbivore, carnivore, all those things." And I'm like, "Well, I'm an opportunistic eater, so I'm an opportunivore." I just went with it. Maybe we'll make it a real phrase.
I was going to say, now I'll have to make like a whole post out of this. I'll make a whole website called opportunivore.ca or .com or something. It'll like be like a Canadian original. Opportunivore by Caitlyn Jimmo.
I haven't Googled it yet, so maybe it's already a thing, but...
Let me go Google this right now.
Okay.
How do you spell this?
Like opportunity, but opportunivore is what I was thinking.
Opportunivore. Let's see. Noun, opportunivore, plural. Okay, a person who subsists on still edible food that has been or was going to be discarded. That sounds like a college student.
Or one of those people who dumpster dive too. There's a whole the cabbage people at I forget what it's called, but they're like something cabbage society, and they dumpster dive and make soup for students.
Oh yeah, if you ever talk to Christine, you will hear her talk about Cabbage Town in Toronto.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've been around there, and pretty much it was a poor place, and they would have to grow cabbages in their front lawn, so it became Cabbage Town. And so what you're saying is a thing. Can confirm.
That's really cool.
Anyway, aside from that, now it's less of that and more of, how's it going? How are the lesson plans?
Good. Yeah, I'm in my final year or final semester, I guess, of my Bachelor's of Education. So this is my last practicum, basically.
So you're taking that in Vancouver?
Yeah.
And then that's just for what? The next 3 months or?
It's 2 months.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
In total or 2 months left?
2 months in total and left.
All of the above. Wait, did you just say that?
Yeah.
And so how much work is it?
Well, I'm going to be teaching in a high school. I'm teaching 2 science courses for the first month, and then 3 for the last month. So.
Okay.
So it's going to be quite a bit of teaching.
Yeah, that should be fun. You'll be busy all of the day. How's your commute?
It's a 10-minute bike ride, so that's really awesome.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, all day, pretty much downhill on the way there, and then kind of uphill on the way back. But that's not bad because it's the end of the day. So
I was gonna say it's way easier when you can just cruise on over to work, and then after work you're like, okay, I can be sweaty when I get home.
Exactly, it doesn't matter. Just hop in the shower. Yeah, I didn't actually bring my car to Vancouver. I left it on the island, so I figured I'd do that. Of course, my boyfriend Ken still has a car, but he uses it for his work. And I can't drive it though because it's stick shift, and I never really figured that out. I mean, I could drive it, but he would hate me, so I'm not going to. He
can hear me. You should totally teach her.
Well, yeah, he said. He has tried to a little bit before, but it is really hilly in North Vancouver, so.
That's fair. Yeah, because on hills, okay, that's fair.
Not great.
That's hard to learn on hills.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
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 He's off to work.
Oh, okay. Bye. Have fun. What does he do for work? Right. It's paramedic?
Yeah.
And night shift. Got it.
Yeah.
I was like, it's nighttime.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he'll be home in the morning.
Okay. Oh, I prevented you from saying an actual bye. Whoops.
We said goodbye before. It's okay. I knew I'd be talking with you, so that's totally fine.
Your mom was telling me about the stories of his, especially of just how it's different in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun, to say the least.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, compared to Vancouver or Victoria or the island or anything where it's just different calls because you have more old people, and so it's more taking people to the hospital that can't take themselves, that are pretty kind of an emergency but not super urgent, whereas Vancouver has a lot more overdoses or any major calls, so yeah, very busy.
Okay. Well, that was fun. That was a good catch up.
What about you though? Like you're doing these new videos and stuff, but you were doing another thing I heard or something?
Yeah. So, okay. So as per usual, my everything is always confusing. So I was doing a company.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? I should get a job. So then I get a job. I'm a digital content specialist at CFIB, which is the Canadian Federation of Independent Business.
Okay.
And I do, basically, I'm the video guy. You can just call me that, and that would be the proper description. So I'm doing all of that. That's fun. And that's a nice steady job that has a nice paycheck to it that I'm like, cool. This is the first time that it's a real career job that I'm like, oh yeah, I can actually go to work, make money, and then come back. So at this point, I'm doing that. And then as soon as I finish work, like I get there when I need to work. And then at lunch hour, I like blog and I write things. And I'm just kind of doing things that I need to get done for my own. Like I check in and check out mentally very quickly. I'm like, cool, I don't need to work. All right, I'm going to do my own thing. And then I get home and I bike home. And then I just start working again, but on my own things.
Oh, no.
So it's similar to lesson plans, you could say.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's kind of like fun. So it's not like, oh, I have to work. It's like, no, I'm now going to embrace the time and make sure that I'm prioritizing what I want to do. Because a lot of people, including me for a while, actually the last few years was difficult, but I would finish kind of doing work and then I would just laze around, which is totally acceptable unless you're me and I wanted to actually be producing things. And when you want to produce things, there's so many things that get in the way. Like,
right.
I need to cook, or I need to grocery shop, and then, oh, I could watch a movie. Oh, I have to spend time with people. Oh, I should do this. Oh, I should do that. But if you're protective of your time, you can fit all of those things in and still do this stuff. Mm-hmm. The one thing that has changed in the last forever is that I'm trying to be more consistent with my content generation. So actually trying to put out things.
That's hard.
It is, especially for me, because I'm like, ooh, a distraction, look. And then I get distracted immediately.
Yeah.
And like I go from one interest to another, even within video, like, I don't know, like different topics and stuff. So it's always like one thing, or I get through editing a video or shooting a video. Then I'm like, I want to try this thing. And I'm like, I haven't even finished doing that video.
Yeah, that's so true. Well, we had to blog for one of my classes in first semester of this program, and it was like really hard to keep on it. And like, so I don't know how, that's a lot of work.
Yeah. And I just I wrote a blog post and did a video on this. And this was kind of the turning point because I kind of dissected my creative struggle. I'm like, why is it that I suck at consistency?
Yeah.
And what it was 5 different things, but it's kind of like I had a reverse order. So the first thing was causing this, the second thing was causing that, but the 5th thing was the most important. And it's relying on motivation rather than, what was that? I always forget the the word. Crap. Oh, right. The problem was relying on motivation instead of discipline. And so I lacked discipline. And it's like, well, I don't feel like doing this. I could watch Netflix, or I could do this, or I could go for a bike ride or go for a run instead of doing what I wanted to do. Yeah. Because it's a little bit of effort, like writing a blog or doing the video or doing the recording or even setting this up. I could have been like, this is too much effort. Never mind. I'll just message her and ask what's up.
Yeah.
Instead, it's like, cool, I'll just do this and see what happens. This might not turn out, but it probably will. And then I might post it, but I might not. But I mean, I probably will.
And this is just working on like your personal portfolio? Okay.
Kind of like it's yeah, I guess it's not necessarily a portfolio, because with the portfolio, that's to get work, and that's fine. But I already have a job, so this is more for generating content and learning more stuff and getting out there. Eventually, with the blogs and YouTube and everything, if you're consistent, you can have an income from that. I'm not necessarily looking at like a substantial income, but I have the technical abilities and I have the personality to do this. And people have always been like, hey, you should do this. And then when I started doing it, people are like, yeah, you're doing it. And then I would stop. And they're like, what happened? So I want to just pursue it because this is the opportunity to, because I now don't need to make money off of it. Before, that was the biggest problem because I had to actually make a living doing the company.
Yeah.
Now I don't. So I can do whatever I want, and it doesn't actually matter if it turns a profit. Me talking to you is just fun. So I don't I don't have to be like, oh, is this going to make money? Are we talking about the right things? I'm like, I can just do whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's like super different than what anything I've ever done, because I've just kind of stayed in school and done different jobs and co-ops and stuff, but within the bounds of like scaffolding of school. You know what I mean? And I'm still in school, and if I become a teacher, I'll never leave school.
You have done a lot of jobs, though, and it's always fun to kind of follow you because you've done so many different things. I also have done so many different jobs, but in also just so many different fields. So it's just like, I don't know what I was doing. Meanwhile, you had some semblance of, I'm going to end up here. And I'm like, I have no idea where I'm going to end up. Please send help.
That's okay. I feel like that's more like where Alana might be too, but she has all these ideas and stuff, but yeah.
Actually, she is the one that I would say should do the blogging. Actually, her blog from when she was in Brazil kind of encouraged me to start, but then I didn't start because I wasn't consistent. I did like one thing and then like left it for years, and then I'm like, I should probably do more.
Yeah.
But she was consistent because she probably didn't have anyone to talk to there, especially at first.
Yeah, no, she literally couldn't speak the language for a while, so she was like, oh no.
Just like,
Yeah. And Alyssa, I thought, I wasn't sure what she was going to do, but she just finished her nutritionist course. So she's like a registered holistic nutritionist now. So that's pretty cool.
She's a what?
Alyssa is a registered holistic nutritionist.
Registered holistic nutrition. Oh, okay. That now makes sense.
Yeah. So she studied like, just like what you put in your body, like different food and stuff like that, and supplements and whatever else. It was like a pretty intense, like kind of boiled down course that was only a year, but it was like full time, like the entire year. So yeah, I don't know what she's going to do with it, but she has it, and I'm excited to see what she does. So
yeah, I feel like now all three of you I can talk to about food.
Yeah. In different ways.
Exactly. You're like, okay, I practice this, and Lana's like, I practice this, and Alyssa actually just practices in something that can be money making, maybe.
Yeah, she can tell you what the best thing for you to eat is, depending on your health or something. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Has she gone through all of the family members and be like, you should eat this, you should eat this?
She has with, I think, mostly with Darren, because he was one of her case studies. So she did like a formal like write up and I don't know, interview and all this stuff with him, and had all these recommendations. So yeah.
Did he actually like take to it, or was he like, yeah, I'll do it?
Yeah, no, he's doing all the stuff. He had to take like certain supplements, I think, that she figured out he wasn't getting just by what he was complaining of in his health or something. There's like a whole process. I don't really know how it works, but I know there's a big long questionnaire that you fill out, and then she like asks you other questions and like goes through what you might be missing in your diet and stuff. Yeah. That
sounds really cool and potentially really helpful. I mean, I'm probably so if you don't, back on the opportunivore side of things, like, do you take supplements? Like, I take B12 and that's about it.
That's one thing Alyssa was actually recommending that most people take is B12 and like vitamin D or something like that to help vitamin D get absorbed. You need B12 or I don't know, something like that. But I don't take any supplements. Okay.
Yeah, no, I remember just Natalia had an iron deficiency and B12 deficiency because we were kind of doing a bit more on the, I know iron deficiencies are common in women, but but B12 was more on the side of we were kind of not eating a lot of meat at all.
Yeah.
And so that totally is something that, yeah, it's probably good to take.
Yeah. Yeah. That's something I could do for sure.
You don't need much. Actually, you know what? I should totally ask Alyssa about that, because when you go to the store, they have like, I don't even know how, I think they're MCGs. Is that micrograms? We'll go with that. But it's like 1,000 MCGs. And meanwhile, I go online and I think what you're supposed to take is like 6. And so it's like, and none of them are like 25 or something. It's all like 250, 500, 1,000, 2,000. And I'm like, wait, I don't think I need this. I don't think.
It could be measured. It could be measured in different units or something, or you could look it up.
I did look, and I think it's MCGs that they're measured in. But either way, I guess I have the next person to talk to.
Yeah, interview Alyssa. That'd be so awesome. She's so interesting. Yeah. And Alana actually has researched, she hasn't gone to school for, but she's researched a lot about different supplements as well. So both of them would be cool to talk to.
Yeah. See,
Either.
This is exactly what I was getting at when I was saying actually I didn't say this yet, but when I start doing things and momentum starts, there's just endless momentum. And I don't know where those things are going. And this is just fun. I mean, I'm having fun. And then I'll talk to Alyssa, because now that got brought up. And now I'm curious about B12. And now I have someone to actually ask that's a nutritionist. So,
yeah. Cool.
So that's where I'm at right now, is just doing things for fun because I can. And then posting it to see if anyone else is interested. The answer is maybe.
Yeah, it probably, I think. Do you work like 9 to 5 then?
I do, for the first time in my life.
Yeah, mostly. I was wondering. I was like, when do you start, dude? Is it like regular?
I leave at like 8:30 and I get back at 5:30. And then that leaves, I calculated that it's like about 6 hours a day that I get to do my own stuff. Because if I get there at 5:30, I quickly eat. And then from 6 to 12, I can just do my own thing.
Yeah.
And that's I know certain people like morning stuff. I just can't do mornings. I'm mostly like, right now it's 9:35 my time, and I have tons of energy.
Yeah.
And that'll happen, or that'll last another 2 hours, and then I'll crash, and then I'm dead in the morning. Mornings are not my thing.
Oh no.
Yeah. But what I was going to ask is, for you, when do you get to work? Like, what is a teacher's schedule? I've actually never looked this up.
Well, for practicum, we're required to be there an hour before school starts and an hour after school starts. It kind of flexes. Like my last practicum, I was there probably like 45 minutes to half an hour before practicum started, because more stuff went on after. So I stayed longer, like 2 hours at least after school usually.
Oh my goodness.
Well, but to be fair, the school's like 8:30 to 3. So I would usually stay till 5:30 or 6, sometimes 7, early 7 every day, and get there at like 7:45.
And so if you were a regular teacher, would that be similar or no?
I think it just depends on the school. Like for this practicum, I'm there an hour before, just because my mentor teacher's there pretty early too. So I want to like cross over with her. And then after school, I'm finding so far I've been pretty brain dead. So I try and stay for an hour and get some stuff done. But I'm just like so tired. But I'm also going to be coaching like across country. So that'll take up like an hour. So I'll stay at an hour after that. So
okay. Was that a volunteer thing?
Everything's volunteer. This is my practicum. I pay for it.
But I mean, like for the like, you just signed up for an extra thing to do.
Yeah, well, it's really neat to be involved with this school. If you're not involved with this school, you can't connect with all your students in the same way. So like in my last practicum, I coached track and field. And then I was able to like see other kids in the hallways that I wouldn't have otherwise known. And you just become more part of the school community and stuff. So it's really useful. I tried to start like a knitting club my first practicum, but it didn't really take that much, I guess. I don't know.
Were you trying to develop a tight-knit group?
Actually, you keep your knitting really loose, but yeah, no.
So you don't lose control?
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, so with this practicum, I'm joining cross country and doing this thing called Envirothon, where you like learn about ecology and stuff with students. So yeah.
Huh. So I feel like you're gonna be endlessly learning with the kids as well.
Yeah, I have to teach Science 10, which has to do with chemistry, which I haven't done for years. So I'm relearning everything.
Just guys, I know this. I'm teaching you stuff. I definitely know what I'm talking about.
As soon as I read the textbook and like look online and read the curriculum and stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I remember this stuff, but I just need to like review it first and be like, okay, what am I doing? And then it all comes back, but it just takes a little time. So
makes sense. Just one extra thing. It's still totally unrelated to literally what we were just talking about. Is it still bright out there?
Yeah, it's 6:40.
I always assume that it's outside. Ooh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. I saw some blue light, and I'm like, oh. And then it's kind of slowly faded. I'm like, wait, that's not a lamp. That's the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always assume it's 2 hours behind because I'm used to like Alberta, or when I was in Alberta, it was like a 2 hour to hear. Anyways, words and stuff and things.
I'm always used to Nova Scotia, so I always think it's 4 hours because we, mostly call like our grandma and grandpa Durham or something like that. Like it's always, 4 hours. So.
Yeah, I know it's difficult to call them because by the time it's more difficult for you. It's only a 1 hour difference here. But but yeah, by the time, oh wow, yeah. So if you were to get home at, I don't know, you're getting home at 7, you'd be calling them and it would be, I don't know, 11?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I'd have to call them earlier. Usually if I got off school early, like I was home by like 4:30, then I could, but it would still be.
They are probably in bed by 9 or 10.
Yeah, it was pretty much, we always called them either like while mom's making dinner, she used to call them, or like slightly before dinner or something, and then we'd eat and then like say goodbye and eat, and then they would probably be in bed and we would be finishing our evening.
Yeah, time zones, yeah.
Yeah, my friends are in Thailand right now.
Oh, yep. Actually, wait. That one's easy because it's like 12 hours, isn't it?
No, it's what? They're across the time zone line or whatever.
Okay.
So I think right now it's the next day for them.
Yeah. What time is it in Thailand?
It's 8:00 there, I think. Yeah.
Yep, 8:41 a.m. So it's. Oh yeah, no. It's about 12 hours ahead.
Oh, okay.
So it was, or I mean, for me it's 11 hours ahead. Wait, no. Yeah, 11 hours ahead. For you, it would be something. Anyway, but yeah, it was similar because it's like, okay, if it's nighttime here, it's daytime there. Can almost confirm that. Yeah. So at least it was easy that way.
She texted me good night and I was just getting up.
Good night. It's like, nope. Close, but nope.
Yeah.
How long is she there for?
Her and my 2 friends are there for a month.
Okay. Yeah, I think a month is like, because it takes like a day and a half to get there, depending on your flight.
Yep.
So when I went for a month too.
Yeah. And it's going to take like negative 5 hours to come back or something.
Yeah, it's like, I'm time traveling.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is a story for another conversation entirely, but I'm going to say it now anyway. When we got there, so I went with my friend my friend Jess and I went, and we ordered this hotel, or we booked this hotel. We got there, we accidentally messed up so bad that we had paid for 3 days before we got there, and we got there and we were supposed to check out in the morning, and we got there at like 3 a.m. and we had a flight in like 6 hours after we got there. We got there, we taxied there, then we had to taxi to an airport. We crashed for like 4 hours, and then we had just landed in Thailand. It was, not great. It's difficult to book because like it's totally other time zones, and so yeah.
That's how about them too. They're like really confused on what day they're coming back because they're like, wait, it tells me what day I arrive in BC, but what day are we actually leaving?
Yeah, it's very confusing. Yeah, especially because you mentioned like on the way back. Actually, I guess depending on which way you go, whenever you land, it's going to be like when you left because of the times. So it's just very freaking confusing.
Yeah. I would have gone with them, but I had to do like this practicum's like the last thing I have to do for my degree. So I was like, I cannot miss it.
Yeah, no. Do you have any plans right after though? Because that is the best time to do traveling, is like between jobs or between you finishing school stuff.
Well, the way BC is right now, everybody's super desperate for substitutes or for even contracts and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to apply for the district right away. Okay. Yeah.
So if you apply and during the application you're in Thailand and they're like, can you start in a few weeks? You're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I've done.
What I'll probably do is just go away for like 4 days to somewhere around the island or something, like go to what me and Ken have been doing is going to like bed and breakfasts on different Gulf islands. So it's really cool. We explored a lot of cool small islands up and down the big island.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I catch your drift.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's and then you get to explore new hikes, and we bring our mountain bikes, and it's really fun. So
oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, I guess you are in BC, so like you can just have fun all year round.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, we'll just vacation
here
40 kilometers away. Yeah. Ta-da, done.
Yeah, the last time we went away was in November last year to Quadra Island, which is kind of like, it's an island that's like midpoint on Vancouver Island, like it's like here-ish, and you like take like a 10-minute ferry across to the smaller island. And then it was like rainy and stuff, but there's no snow, like you can mountain bike and stuff. So yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, sweet.
You should definitely come and visit in the winter. It's great here.
Yeah, that's something I haven't done yet. I've been there have I only ever been there like on my own for 10 days? No,
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I went back to Nova Scotia and I saw indoor soccer fields and indoor like different fields, I was like, wait, why do you have indoor soccer fields? Like, we don't have that on the island. It's like not a thing.
It's funny because you need it because like obviously snow,
yeah.
but not obviously snow in on the island or even in Vancouver.
Yeah,
just Raincouver.
They probably have more indoor fields like in interior BC maybe, but I haven't really visited there too much, so I haven't really seen them. But I'm assuming they would because they get more snow. So
you can always ask Patrick. He's up in North BC, I believe, for work.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while. I think it was Adam who was in town in Victoria like 2 years ago or a year ago or something. And he like messaged me. We were going to meet up, but I had gotten sick like the week before. And then I was like, yeah, I can't. It was really too bad. But yeah, he was there for like 2 days. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm dead. Yeah. But
that happens.
Another time. And Ryan, he moved out to Alberta, right?
Yes. So you'll probably see him at some point. Was he in BC at any point or was he...
No, he was talking about moving to BC, and then he decided to move almost all the way there. And we were like, come on, like, you're so close.
Yeah, get over the mountains. Just jump.
Yeah. Maybe one day he'll come visit. I think you're one of the only cousins who have come out to BC.
Wait, no, like, you mean to, like, visit or whatnot?
Yeah.
Or...
Tinica and Elizabeth and Gordon have never been out here.
Really? I totally thought everyone had been everywhere. Huh. Okay, well, I'll probably be back fairly soon.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Well, I actually want to come out. I don't know if I can. Like, I'll have summers off if I get hired as a teacher. So I was thinking about maybe road tripping out next year or the year after, and then I can stop in like Alberta and Ontario and Quebec and New Brunswick and Nova Scotia.
And hit up everyone.
That'd be really fun. But
well, we'll see about that, and I'll see about coming out to BC again. And I feel like actually, so this is one of the things. Aside from hanging out with everyone, I would totally want to bring like camera stuff and this time have an idea of what I wanted to do, but have done this for like a year, and figured out what I want to do, because I've been wanting to interview Darren for a very freaking long time, because he has so many like crazy stories.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, you have cool stories too. And Alana and Alyssa and even your mom.
Yeah.
Just everyone has like awesome stories. When your mom was here, I was kind of wanting to bring out like the microphones and stuff, because I'm like, everything you're saying right now is freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, it was talking about Alana and teaching her about money.
Oh, this is the McDonald's story?
Yes, the $1.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I want her to tell that, and that would be... I was laughing so hard. But it was $1. Yeah, that was
pretty funny.
Yeah, that is how you teach a kid.
Yeah, as a big sister, I do try and tell my little sisters what, like, you know, learning things, like advice, like, hey, maybe you should do this, but they never listen, so.
Yeah. You're like...
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's if someone told me to do something, I wouldn't listen either, so. They gotta learn, they have to learn by experiment, so.
Wait, so... I'm just thinking of money, and you said it's $1,500 for a 1-bedroom, and you're splitting it with your boyfriend. That's totally normal. So it's like $750-ish. How much was it on the island, though?
The island, when I first moved to Victoria, that was in 2014, and I got a whole basement suite that was probably like 1,000 square feet or maybe 1,100, and it was $750 just for me.
Okay.
But this was like 5 years ago, so the market changed a lot since then. And then for 4 years, I was living in a 5-bedroom house.
Okay. And how much was that?
Rent was like, it went from like $600 up to $660 by the time I moved out. But
over the course of how many years?
4.
4? Okay.
And
so
that was
it went up
between 5 people, so we all paid like $660 or whatever. So
yeah. Okay. So it was a big shared space.
Yeah.
And I heard that you were the mom of the place.
Sort of. Well, because I was the only one that was like crossed over year after year.
Okay.
So I knew like where everything was. I knew like, I don't know, little quirks of the house and whatever little things. So yeah. So, but actually my friend stayed there. She lived with me this past year and she stayed there. So she inherited the house mom role. Yeah.
Do you get like a sticker for your door? It's like this is the mom like bedroom of the house.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so much fun for those 4 years because we always got really cool people and you make like new friends, and yeah, it was really fun. But I'm definitely liking living with just me and Ken in our own place. It's been nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually just not have to deal with everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah. I miss hanging out with people, but right now with my practicum, I'm so busy that like I know a couple people. Like I have a cousin on my dad's side here that I see. And then we have, I think I have 1 or 2 friends that live in Squamish. So it's, you know, not too far, but I don't have a car, but they have cars. So
it all works out.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun. I have held you up for like an hour now. We said max 30 minutes and it's like, but chattering.
No, that's totally fine. I was just putting out a number so you knew I wasn't free for like 5 hours.
Yes, you're like, please no.
Yeah. It's like, I do have some stuff to do. Not a ton, but.
I don't know how to end this. Bye.
I will talk to you again soon. That's all.
Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Well, have fun with your planning. And I'm going to probably fall asleep pretty soon.
Okay. Good night.
All right. Good evening.
Bye.
All right. Bye. It was nice to... Oh, wait. I hope that's saved.